Good evening, everyone. In this time, our group will present about the article named Development Trajectories of Anxiety Subtypes from Childhood to Early Adolescence, the Role of Parenting Practices and Maternal Distress. But before we start, let us introduce ourselves. My name is Neoyara Grace Lawule, with the last student ID is 195.
And my name is Aisin Hidayah with student ID 123.
And my name is Alintang Penosa with my student ID is 032.
Okay, so first I will explain the introduction or background of this study. This part explain that why the researchers want to study these topics. The researchers found that many children experience anxiety. About 20.5% of children and adolescents have quite high levels of anxiety. Another study also showed that 41.5% of adolescents experience clinical anxiety, which is quite serious. So because this condition, the researchers give several reasons why this study is important. First is the developmental trajectories of anxiety symptoms. This is because the results are often inconsistent. There is not enough focus on different types of anxiety, and the role of gender is still unclear. So more research is needed to understand how anxiety develops from children to adolescents. Second is this study used theory from Bronfenbrenner and Rappe, or in the family ecological framework. This theory explained that children's anxiety is influenced by the family environment, especially parenting and the mother's mental health. These two factors are very important because they shape children's emotional development from an early age. The third is current study has some limitation. Most study only focus on general anxiety, not specific types. The difference between boys and girls are still unclear. Also, many studies do not focus on factors that parents can change, like parenting style and maternal mental health. In addition, most research is done in Western countries, so the result may not be suitable for the other culture. And the last one is limitation is based on the problem. This study aims to understand how children's anxiety develops, the difference between boys and girls, and the role of parenting. The goal is to help create better prevention for emotional problems from an early age.
Okay, next abstract. So this article identifies the transition from childhood to adolescence as a vulnerable period for an increase in symptoms of social anxiety, particularly among girls, and the data were obtained from the growing up in Singapore toward healthy outcomes cohort and subsequently analyzed. So, and consists of 52.8% boys and 57.3% Chinese, 27.8% Malay, 40.7% Indian, and 0.2% other ethnicities. So, and then subtypes specific anxiety symptoms were repeatedly assessed via child report at age 8, 10, and 3 years.
Okay, the next one is the the research objective or the aims from this article. It has three primary research aims. Includes the first one is categorize anxiety subtypes. From this article, it investigate and categorize the developmental trajectories of specific anxiety subtypes, including social anxiety, generalized anxiety, physical symptoms, obsessive compulsive symptoms, harm avoidance, and separation anxiety as children transition from middle childhood or age 8.5 to early adolescence, age 13 years old. The second one is compare the trajectories by sex differences. The article also explains whether these developmental paths differ between boys and girls, specifically looking for variation in the rates of increase or decrease for each anxiety subtypes. And the last one is to examine the caregiving factors. From this article, the researchers investigate the association between these anxiety trajectories and early caregiving factors measured at age 6, including parental sensitivity, autonomy support at age 6, maternal depression, anxiety, stress, and a change in anxiety symptoms. Next. Okay, so from this article, the core questions is how anxiety subtypes evolve, and if girls show steeper rises or building on mixes prior sex differences findings, and whether supportive parenting buffers increases while maternal distress worsens them. And the hypothesis that the researchers use from this article is based on Rappi et al. At 2019 that explain about ecological model expected on social anxiety to rise, sex differences favoring faster female increases, and protective effects from autonomy support or sensitivity against trajectories. And the last one is the research significance. So from this article, the researchers aims to fill the gap between the previous research about anxiety subtypes from childhood to adolescence. So the second one is to identify critical period about transition from childhood to adolescence, focusing on anxiety subtypes on females. The third one is the importance of caregiving and maternal mental health. And the fourth one is to modifiable risk factors, includes parental autonomy support for reducing the risk from social anxiety. And the last one is the perspective on non-Western culture, because in Singapore, Asian parenting style on academic pressure and not all Western research can be implemented. Okay, next.
Now I will explain the methods used in this study. The study used a quantitative longitudinal study, which means the researchers follow the children's development from age 6 to 30 years old. 13 years old. The data was collected by using several methods. First is the questionnaire with tools multidimensional anxiety scale for children 2 or MASC 2 to measure children's anxiety. This tool measures 6 types of anxiety and was given when children were 8.5, 10, and 13 years old. Each item is scored from 0 to 3, and a higher score means a higher levels of anxiety. Second, the researchers used the Berkeley Puppet Interview or BPI, when children were 6 years old. This method, children interact with two puppets that give different answers, and the child choose which one is similar to their experience. This is used to understand parenting style. The score range from 1 to 7, when higher score show better parenting, such as responsiveness, emotional support, and autonomy support. The third, to measuring depression, anxiety, and stress. For the participation, the study involved 547 children from Singapore. They come from different ethnic background, including Chinese, Malay, and Indian. But actually there were more participants, but some were excluded based on health condition and incomplete data. The data comes from a large study called GUSTO, which follow mothers and children over time. The data collection actually started when the mothers were still pregnant.
Okay, the next is key findings. So first, mixed effects model within and between child change in anxiety symptoms. So the analysis revealed interclass correlation or ECC values ranging from 0,27 to 0,33. This means that approximately 27% to 33% of the variation in anxiety score is attributable to difference among children, consent innate or environmental factor, while the remainder is attributable to change occurring within the children team's over time. This validates the use of a mixed effects model to examine the longitudinal development of anxiety. And the last is association between early predictor and anxiety trajectory. Family factor during early childhood for 6 years old play a crucial role in determining a child's future mental health. Parental support for autonomy helps prevent social anxiety, while a mother's anxiety and stress are risk factors that increase the likelihood of general, physical, and obsessive-compulsive anxiety symptoms in children as they grow up. So the study explained that the transition from childhood to adolescence is a time when social anxiety begins to take hold. The most effective intervention are family-based focusing and maintaining the moderate mental health and adopting parenting style that respect the child's autonomy before they enter adolescence. So parenting style have a significant impact on children anxiety. That's enough. Next.
Okay, so from what we explained from the first one is this study concludes that the development anxiety in children is highly dynamic, where the ICC value is 0.27 to 0.33. That the number indicates most of the variation in anxiety symptoms, around 70%, is influenced by change that occur within the child over time, rather than simply immediate factors. These findings emphasize the crucial role of the family environment at an early age from 6 years old as a determinant of long-term mental health, where parental autonomy support has been shown to be a major protective factor against social anxiety, while maternal anxiety and stress levels are the rise factors that trigger various other anxiety subtypes such as physical symptoms and obsessive-compulsive disorder. As a recommendation, future researchers need to shift from merely looking at static risk factors to identify modifiable factors in parenting patterns, as well as developing family-based intervention that focus on strengthening children's independence and managing maternal mental health to prevent the escalation of anxiety as they enter adolescence. Okay, next. Okay, from this article, we learned that giving children the freedom or autonomy to try and fail is far more protective of their mental health than overly strict supervision. Furthermore, this article reminds us that to care for a child's well-being, we must first ensure the mental well-being of their mother or caregiver, as parental stress is a silent predictor that significantly shapes the emotional resilience of future generations. Okay, next.
Okay, that's all for our presentation. Thank you everyone for listening, and I hope it was clear and can give you a new knowledge. Thank you everyone. Good evening.